Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Prophetic Solutions team. I am Sanjay. We are learning Node.js with MySQL APIs. This is our part number 26. Inside this video session guys, we will see that how can we use EJS template symbols. So first thing first, if I back to the official website of EJS, that is embedded JavaScript, this is templating engine which we are using inside Node.js application. Now inside this official website we can get about the complete documentation that how can we use EJS template symbols. So if I scroll down, now here inside this tag section, actually we can get the complete details about each symbols that how can we use inside our template. Now from this tags list actually we are going to use few inside this video session. So if I back to editor, now in the last video this is the file that we have developed called server.js and rest2 files called welcome.ejs and about us EJS. These are the templates actually we had developed. Now let's say that at the home page we are just opening about us page. So back to this file. Now in last video we had seen that what basically the use of this symbol. So if I copy this symbol, back to slide, open a new tab. Now this is the symbol that actually we had used, something percent equal to and percent. This is the symbol used to if I need to write. So let's say used to print values in templates. So back to official website. Now inside this website, now this is all about that outputs the value into the HTML escaped value. It means if we want to output any value inside our template, so this is the symbol actually we need to use. Now in the next, this is the symbol basically a scriptlet tag for control flow no output. If I back to slide, now all we are talking about something, let's say only percent and percent. Now inside this symbol there is no equal to sign. This is the symbol actually we need to use on the control flow structure. What does it means? It means that suppose if we are using some if-else condition, we are going to use some for each loop. So while using that, which are those the control flow methods? So while using those methods actually, this is the symbol that we are going to use. It will not output anything inside our template. So for the output, simply we need to use equal to here, and if we get rid of this equal to, then it will not going to output any symbol or any value inside our template. So writing it here. So if I copy the definition from this text section, copy that and pasting it here. Now this is all about that it will output, or this symbol is basically used for control flow structure. It is not going to output anything inside our template. Now in the next we have, let's say that we are going to define some comment in our template. So how can we define that? So to define any comment inside our template we need to use called percent here, and we need to use called hash symbol. So by adding hash symbol after percent symbol, now it becomes a comment inside our EJS templating. So this is all about adding comments to our templates. So if I back to official website and copy this back here, pasting it here, this is all about comment tag, no execution and no output. So in the next, let's say that we are going to add some static files like some, let's say script tags, or let's say some CSS files. So outputting those links like CSS links as well as let's say script tags, we have to use the symbol something percent here, percent here, and here we need to use called hyphen symbol. Please wait for a while. Actually, the last statement what I told is wrong. It's only because to include our templates. It means that if suppose we have a website and inside that website we have a template, means separate template for header and a separate template for footer and the body section. Now to include all the templates, this is the inclusion syntax. This is the inclusion template syntax. So if I back to official website and if I copy here and pasting it here, now this is all about that is outputs the unescaped value into the template. So to understand about each symbols properly, let's see about uses of all these things in action. So if I back to editor, now to print any value inside our template, now this is the symbol actually we need to use. This is the thing actually we had seen in our last video. Let's see about use of something called, this is what we are going to use, and inside this we are going to use one control flow method, something for each loop. So back to server.js. Now let's say that here I am to write some games. So let's say games. Now inside this games property we have make an array. Inside this array we have 4 different games. Now we want to print all these games by using for each loop inside our template. So if I back to about us.ejs, because we are going to render all these values inside this template. So go here. Now let's say that for time being, actually if I get rid of this our email and the name section, and let's say that here I'm to use, let's say again s2 tag, and let's say games, and here I'm going to use called ul tag. Inside this ul, now the symbol I am using here to actually output, or let's say to use control flow method. Now inside this symbol I'm going to use called for each loop. So if I back to server.js, now inside here we have games property. So let's say games dot for each. Now this is the way to use for each loop inside our template. So parenthesis, inside this we have to define an anonymous function, means callback function. Now again let's say that I am to close this symbol. Now this is all about the closing bracket of for each loop here, and inside this for each loop we have an anonymous function. Now we are going to render inside the for each loop block. So if I make some formatting, now inside this function I am to define this item. This is the item what we are going to iterate over this array. Item refers to each individual value of this array. So back to template. Now I'm to output this value. So to output any value, we know that we have symbol called something like this, and inside this I am to output this value, and simply we are going to wrap this value inside li tag. So if I save these changes, now back to our output screen, reload this page. Now as we can see that inside these games we have now all 4 different values what we have stored inside array. Now in the next, let's see about that how can we add a comment line inside our template. So back to editor. Now let's say that here I am to write a single line comment, or let's say simplest comment, as we know that in our HTML page, this is our HTML structure. So already we have a comment syntax, that is something, and this is all about using a defined comment syntax in HTML. So this is comment syntax inside HTML. Now this will be output inside our control plus U. It means inside our source code. So if we save this file, back to browser, reload this page. Now if I press Ctrl U to get the source code of this page, now inside this page, as we can see that this is all about our comment syntax, what we have written inside HTML page. But we want to write the comment line inside our template by using EJS template symbol. So for that, we need to write % here. All we have to write hash symbol after % symbol. Now let's say this is, let's say comment using EJS template symbol. Now if we save this file, back to output screen, reload this page. Now as we can see, after adding EJS template symbol, the comment itself get no output in the source code as well. It means that this is the comment actually we can use in purpose of development. So if I get rid of that, now let's say that for the development purpose, now as we know that this is the use of for each loop, so simply we can write inside this comment line that using for each inside template, and simply this is the use of for each loop. So as we added a comment, so in the development phase, only after seeing this statement we understood that this is all about adding for each loop inside template. Now let's see about next, how can we include our templates, all about including template symbol. So back to slide. Now this is all about this symbol. So if I back to editor, now let's say that inside this pages section, why? Because inside pages section currently we are using the template inside that folder, because we have set our views path for this pages directory. Now inside this we are going to define a folder, and let's say that something partials. Inside this partials folder I'm going to create a file, something that header.ejs, or let's say simply if I change the name, something let's say content.ejs, and we have some spelling mistakes, so this is content.ejs. Now inside this and to include h3 tag, this is a part of template used in like body section. Now if we save the content, back to about us page. Now let's see that how can we add content.ejs file inside this about us.ejs file. So to include that file, simply if I write again one line comment, so this is all about adding comment here. So let's adding template, and inside this let's say that % symbol, and we need to use hyphen here, and inside this we are going to use a EJS method something, or EJS function something include. Inside this include, inside this single quote we need to pass our template name. So by default, as we know that we have set about the views paths inside this pages directory, so only we need to write partials, and inside this partials folder we have content.ejs file. So we don't need to pass about .ejs while including any template inside this main template. Automatically it picks about the extension. So if we save this file, back to our output screen, reload this page, now as we can see that successfully we have included about a template part from our directory to our main template. So successfully guys, by the help of this video session, we understood about some tags from its official website. Also we had seen that how can we use these symbols. So in the next video, we will see about some more topics inside our Node application related with our EJS template. So inside this video session guys, if you went out, then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.